I do this all the time, Lord Jesus. Welcome back to Commission Reviews, the queen of reality TV and all the things. So I have a special guest in the background, and I'm really excited about this. We have the Queenie, and I mean that in every way. To the building. What's going on, Amber? Hello, and welcome. How are you? Oh my God. Love it.
Hello, thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
for having me. I'm amazing. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, you are everything. First of all, a round of applause for the queen.
Thank
Okay, the queen
you.
is here. Okay, period. So first I want you to tell, about your character. Like there's a knife, and people are like, for me, it's a badass, just being honest. I want you to tell me quickly, of course, a little bit about your character and what drew you to it.
So my character's name is Queenie in the movie Outlaw Posse, and Queenie is, like you said, she is a badass. She's a knife thrower.
Yes.
She rides with the boys. She's very protective of the people she loves. She's intuitive, so she
Hmm.
has visions of the future. She's a dope individual. I had so much fun playing her. She's a ball of fresh air. So.
So one thing I want to say about this movie, especially who grew up watching Mario van Peebles and all the things in his family, what they've done, people are looking. I looked online today. A lot of things people say this is Posse Part Two, and of course I read about it, so I know it's not. But I kind of want you to expound on that a bit because people are looking at this like this is the second part of Posse when it's nothing like it.
Yeah, so it's not the sequel to Posse, contrary to popular
Mm.
belief. Posse was actually filmed 30 or 31 years ago. So this is like perfect timing to,
I'm old.
put this movie out there. There
Yeah.
are a lot of similarities between Posse and Outlaw Posse. For instance,
Mm.
Mario shot Posse with his father, Melvin Van Peebles, and then in Outlaw Posse,
Yes.
he's getting to play alongside his son, Mandela Van Peebles. So there
Hmm.
are some similarities. Of course, we're in the Wild Wild West, but they
Yeah.
are two separate films with different storylines.
Yes. You got to work with really a great cast. Whoopi Goldberg, Mario Van Peebles, as I mentioned, DC and Fly, Cedric the Entertainer, and many more. How was that experience? A young woman, a person of color, to work with so many great people. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was an honor and it was so much fun. I felt like I was living my dreams, which I was because I grew up
Mhm.
watching these people, like you mentioned, Whoopi Goldberg, Cedric the Entertainer, Mario Van Peebles. Like these are big names in my household. So to be able to work with them and laugh with them and play with them, it was so much fun, and it was definitely a dream come true.
So in one of the pictures, I know I did see or had whatever that you're like, you're riding on this horse. Now, look, mom, I was like, look, I want to do the things. I want to one day maybe do a reality TV show. I don't something. Who knows? I have to ask, how was that? Because that looked crazy when I saw you, a girl. It was just a lot, badass to 10th power. So was it stunt double? Please give me the feedback.
So it was a little bit of both. I did have a stunt double. Her name is Colby, and she's actually a rodeo chick. So she competes in rodeos. So this scene, I believe that is Colby that jumped on the horse there. But
Um,
I did ride the horse. We had cowboy camp, so I was able to get some practice in and get comfortable on the horses. But you definitely will see me riding a lot. There are some scenes where we get to gallop a little bit, so it was a little bit of both. But yeah, you caught it in that
so
scene right there.
look,
Mhm.
look, let me tell you. When I say it's just everything about this movie is just, and he still look good. Oh my god, it's just everything about
He
this movie.
does.
Just to see you in this movie, I look. He does, but I mean, the one thing I want to ask you about. I'm trying to get to the pit. There it is, right there. The oops, I'm sorry. The knife. I know this was a big part of your character. Like this is badass. Like it when I got to crop it. I was like, wow. So you actually had two. And when I got a close up on one picture, there's like a rope or something wrapped around it. Is there a story behind the knives? Is what I want to ask you.
Yeah, so the knives, there is a scene in the movie where I'm telling Mario, or his character Chief, that I wrapped the braid of justice around his hat to keep his thoughts
Ah,
flying free. So there are like little nuggets throughout the film. So I definitely am very spiritual, like I said. So that leather that I have, they all have like meaning to
yeah.
Queenie. So that was one of the things I just made it my own with the leather around the knife. But yeah, I had a few different knives. That was a lot of fun
Wow.
too, getting to learn how to throw the knives. I worked with our stunt
Mm.
coordinator Neil a lot with that, so I actually got pretty good at throwing knives. I almost took one of our background actors. I almost took one of his eyes out. So yeah, it was
Oh
a lot of
shit.
fun. Yeah.
Wow. So what's your because I know some of the cast they've always said it might be connected to the black Western time. Because I'm just leading to this question I want to ask you because I feel like black Western, I grew up watching, it was a big deal. My dad showed me that. But honestly, if my dad didn't show me that, I probably wouldn't know about it. It's not a whole lot out there. Even Posse, look how long ago that was. And it was one of the first ones, I'm like, so now this time, do you think it's needed? And how do you think it affects our culture in 2024?
I think it is needed. And I think it's time that we show the real
Mm,
West and the fact that there were black cowboys. Hollywood has um, the what's what I'm trying to say. They tend to portray certain
mm,
characters
mhm,
in a different light than they
mhm,
actually were. So in order to be truthful in storytelling, we have to show that there were real black cowboys back in the day, and there were I believe 1 out of 3 cowboys were actually black. So
hmm,
yeah, so that's a big number, and I
yes,
think now is the time because people are waking up to the truth, and
wake it up now.
yeah, so yeah, I think this movie is definitely very important to show that.
So, with that being said, was your character based on the truth? I know sometimes Western they'll take it and they'll use it, a character that's or a person that was, Wild Wild West, change the name a little bit or whatever. I was curious, was yours one of those?
No, so Queenie is a fictional character. She's based
Okay.
on a culmination of different types of women back then. So, of course, we had the cowgirls, we had
Hmm. Hmm.
the spiritual sisters. So, she was like a combination of those things. I think she was meant to be Creole and
Yes.
have that African heritage as well. So, she's a mixture of things.
Oh yeah, I'm from Louisiana. So when you said Creole, I was like, okay, it sounds like a Haitian too. We feel things, real religious. I do get that. And you said you were spiritual as well. So with that being
Absolutely.
said, is there similarities between you and Queenie?
Oh, absolutely, definitely. And I think that's why I gravitated so much to this character because originally when Mario came to me with
Mm.
the script, he wanted me to read for Queenie and for Melindy. Melindy is Decker's wife in the movie, the one who plays the violin and plays the harp.
Yes.
She's
Hmm.
played by
Hmm.
Madison. Can't think of her last name, but
I just saw that. I just saw that. I just
yeah.
saw her name.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was between those two characters, and Queenie spoke to me the most because, like you said, she is spiritual, intuitive, and she's very protective. So those qualities I definitely relate to.
Wow, wow. What would make people go watch the movie? What would you say in a few words to tell people go watch this movie? Not just because of Mario or because of the name, but what would you tell them to make them go watch this movie? I'm going to see it anyway, but I just want to hear it in your words.
I think you should go see Outlaw Posse because it's so much fun.
Mm,
It's a Western, so we have a lot of those elements, and it's a lot of comical elements to it, but there's also a lot of history, a lot of real history that's being taught. So the way that Mario van Peebles wrote the story, it doesn't feel like a history lesson. It doesn't feel like you're sitting in a classroom. It's edutainment, as he calls it. So you're being
Okay.
educated, but you're also being entertained.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun, and you'll learn something too.
What do we have to look forward to from Amber coming up soon? I know the movie's coming out, it's popping, all the things. What's coming up for you next?
So coming up soon, I just wrapped a film with Tyler Perry. It'll be on Netflix, hopefully
Okay.
sometime soon. It's a comedy, so that'll be a little bit different for me. But I'm
Okay.
super pumped about it, and hope you can check that out too.
Oh, I will. I think that you're gonna be, you're young coming up, 2024. We're seeing the people of color coming in, and they're going to Netflix. I want to ask you about that. I know there's a change as far as when you were coming up, all things as far as me coming up watching movies. There's a lot of things that happen as far as people of color. Netflix now is giving a lot of opportunities to everybody. How do you feel about that? People probably coming up saying, I didn't go through the trenches. For you, it may not be as much. They paved that way. So do you think that Netflix is for us?
Um, I think it's time to answer your first question. How do I feel
Mm,
about Netflix opening the door to more people who look like me? I think it's time. We need that representation, and
yeah,
it's only so much that we can do on our own platforms. Like we need more eyes on us because there's so many people
yeah,
around the world that look like us. We're called minorities, but that's not
yes.
because there are less of us. It's just because we have less of the money. So
Preach.
I think the fact
Hmm.
that we're getting that representation is time, and I think we're definitely being welcomed by other cultures worldwide. I know I always hear about people in other countries watching American movies, and that includes
Hmm.
Black movies. So I think it's time.
Yes, that's been going on for a long time. Yes, and I guess that you kind of answered it for it's for us, and yes, it is for us. Like I gave you a double whammy there, but yes, I think it is actually for us the opportunities that's given everyone, and we're all watching and enjoying the entertainment as you stated. Um, I am really blessed that you were able to take some time out your day, because I know you booked and busy to come and see commission reviews and talk about this wonderful movie. Everybody, make sure I go check out this movie. Is it out? It's out right now, live,
It's
right?
out
It's
in
out
theaters. Yep, it's
right
out right
now.
now.
Okay. I'm probably going to go see it. We're making sure. I'll probably making plans to go see it with a couple of people. My sister's a big fan, and so we're probably going to go see it this weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna do a review about it as well. Make sure you guys go check it out. Yeah, make sure y'all follow me, of course, here, Commission Reviews. Amber, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me at the Amber Rain. That's Amber REIGN on all social media. Thank you so much for having me, Kamisha. This was
Yes,
fun.
no problem, no problem. With that being said, this is Commission Reviews, and we out. Bye.